Just letting you know, this is only my spoiler first impressions of the episode. Check my pinned comment for a free gift related to this video. And to watch my unfiltered reactions with exclusive bonuses, join my Asha Media TV Club. The link is in the description box below. Now, here's my afterthoughts of this episode of Supernatural.
Oh man. Alright. I think for future reference, since I've got so many seasons to go, and assuming I am going to continue on till the end of the entire series, if there's ever another actor that comes on the show and he or she is problematic, don't tell me that, because it does affect the experience. And sometimes when you think it's not going to, it does. It just depends on what it is. Like for instance, in this case, because I know the actor had problems behind the scenes with them, those lines at the end where he's like, I hope I never see you again. I'm like, I guess, this is the last time we see him. And how much that rings so true. You know what I mean? With, what the real life, stuff that went down apparently. So yeah, future problematic actors, don't tell me in your comments that you don't like them personally. Just be mindful for that, okay? If there are future actors to come on there. Cause it does play in the back of your mind. It just does. Even whether I care or not, and I gotta get through these episodes. I can't afford the luxury of skipping an episode simply because I don't like what the actor has done. And so all the more so why I don't want to know too much, right? Okay. Let's talk about the episode as a whole. So it is something newish, at least. Newish, because it's kind of an extra spin on the con worm. I'm glad they reminded me of it, because I couldn't remember the name of it. But it did bring up some memories of Rufus and Grandpa Samuel. Oh, God, right? The death, it was pretty much the death episode. Like, let's kill off these supporting characters. Yeah. So those memories weren't the greatest to get flashbacks of. But nonetheless, having a non-spirit, non-demon, non-vampire was a bit refreshing. I think there needs to be more of that. I hope to see more of that they can incorporate into the story. Because there's so much lore, right, they can tap into. There's so much mythology. I mean, I'm thinking of the series Grimm. If you've watched it, no spoilers, I promise, but every episode was a new thing. A brand new thing. So for their filler monster of the week, there's so much more they can touch on. Story-wise, narratively, in terms of this being like on an army base, and I just want to throw it out there, kudos. Like, I give it up, mass respect to men and women who marry into this lifestyle, the army lifestyle. I had a friend back ways ago, she got engaged to an army guy, and then she broke off the engagement because she really kind of came to terms, thankfully before the wedding, that wasn't a lifestyle she could endure as much as she loved him. So for men and women who choose to be married with this kind of, not just responsibility to your country, because there's a lot of obligation on that level, but as we see here that they try to touch on, the PTSD factor, the trauma factor that the spouse and the family and children, what thereof, have to manage through and deal through and endure. I can't imagine what that's like. And so, it was just nice to see that, their version of that in an episode. So I have to kind of give points for that, because I can't remember the last time we've really, or if we ever had an episode very focused on an army wife, trying to save her husband. Let me know, remind me. Speaking of that, in case you're looking for something original to watch on Amazon Prime, we finished The Terminal List. Amazing. Like, the last episode is going to get your mouth dropping. So if you've heard hype about it and you haven't gotten around to watch it, put it on your list. It is worth the watch. And I'm not usually into, it's somewhat of a, military thriller. I'm usually not into that kind of stuff. But I saw some of the hype going on about it, and a coworker told me, check it out. And there's not that many episodes. So just throwing that out there. I know it's not related to Supernatural, but I thought I'd just put it out there before I forgot. Okay, so, favorite scene. You know what's funny? It's the most memorable part, but it's the part I could barely look at. So it's the worm. For when you first see what the worm coming from the kit guy, that first scene from the side angle going into Cole's mouth. Bleh. Even though I could barely look at it, it is the most memorable scene, and it's my favorite only because of the effect. The worm stuff, I gotta give it up to the creative team for that. That was very, very realistic enough for me to turn my eyes away. Ugh. Okay, Ashamoji wise. Okay, Ashamoji. I would say this is another good one. It's another good one. You know I'm not watching it again. No. It's not happening. So, I'll give it a good. It deserves a good. For first watch. Good thriller. And then, with the subtext as well, I have to give them credit on that. Very good subtext with the Sam and Dean drama. Right? Killing the monster is ready to die. And like I said, the sprinkles to Sam, which I anticipate until the conclusion of the season is going to continue to snowball. But I stand by the fact that now that we see how it ended off with Sam, even more convinced that Dean has resigned himself to an eventual fate of death. What I said in my previous reaction about him going to desperate lengths to save Dean, I'm pretty confident in that. But the question is, which I didn't mention in my last reaction, it dawned on me after I had pressed stop on my recording. The question I'm thinking now is, are they going to make it parallel to the beginning of the season, the angel part, right? Not this season, sorry, last season, where Dean made the choice to have Sam possessed by an angel against his will by tricking him. And is Sam now going to go and do something that likely Dean wouldn't approve of? But then that leads to, would Dean approve of any means to save him? Because he approves of any means to save Sam. So I'm answering my own question as I'm asking. Okay, before I self-induce more confusion, I'm going to stop there. There you have it. That's my reaction to this episode. Thank you for watching. I'm going to get ready to press play on the next one, and I'll see you in it. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos.